Alright, welcome back to Wmma Now with your host Chuck Stevenson. Coming at you with a fight review. We're going back to last month, December of 2023. We're going to Japan for a deep 1/16 impact. We're going to the microweight, 97 pounds division. Living legend of women's MMA, Satoko Shinashi, coming in at 39, 4-2. Taking on Kyoka Minagawa, coming in at only 2-3 as a pro. Very, very typical for what has become Shinashi's fights lately. So I didn't give Kyoka much of a chance in this fight, but she ended up surprising me. So let's get into it. So first round, bell starts. Kyoka circled outside while Shinashi followed. Shinashi jabbed her way into the clinch through Kyoka, but Kyoka managed to roll with it, finishing on top in guard. Shinashi fished for an armbar, but Kyoka managed to scramble, and Shinashi wound up on top and then almost immediately found another armbar. Kyoka managed to escape it again, while staying on top because Shinashi sacrificed top position for the armbar, and Kyoka managed to escape on top. She stayed low in guard. Both started throwing, short punches at each other, and I'm not sure what Kyoka's plan was, but she started trying to stack Shinashi up. But while she kept stacking, she wasn't throwing, and that just allowed Shinashi to slowly build up volume with those short punches until the bell. Go into the second round, and Kyoka again, she circled outside, and she was trying to pot shot with her punches and her kicks, keeping Shinashi on the outside, outside of her range, and Shinashi just kept trying to stalk forward. Shinashi did manage to get to the clinch. Kyoka got the body lock, tried to take Shinashi down, but Shinashi wound up on top, so a little bit of a sloppy takedown from Kyoka there. Sacrifice position. Kyoka, however, was quick to scramble and got on top in Shinashi's guard. Again, both started throwing those short punches, not really doing damage, but racking up the points. Kyoka tried to pass Shinashi's open guard, but Shinashi had a really nice reversal here, ended up on mount, and Kyoka was in trouble there for a second. Now, Kyoka did manage to regain half guard briefly, but then Shinashi quickly passed to side control, ended up trapping Kyoka into crucifix position. And then Shinashi started landing some hammer fists from the crucifix, and it looked like it might have been in danger of being stopped, but Kyoka managed to scramble. She wound up still on bottom, but Shinashi tried to enter guard, and Kyoka, quick to throw up the triangle, trapped Shinashi in the triangle position, but she did not have enough time to really tighten it up. The time ran out. Round ended, and this was only a 2-round fight, like most of Deep Jewel's women's fights are. So it went to the judges, and all 3 judges saw it 20-18 for your winner via unanimous decision, the Princess Satoko Shinashi. So Shinashi picked up another win at age 46. She improved to 44-2 as a pro, but she failed to find a finish for the second fight in a row. So it's 2 straight decisions for Shinashi, who has one of the highest finishing rates in the sport. So congrats to Kyoka for surviving. Before this fight, I was talking with Charlie, who runs the blog sogo-kaku.com, and he describes Kyoka as a brawler, which I'll give him that. I agree. She is. You watch her previous fights. She largely fights like she's a brawler. But from this fight, she seems to be improving. She had a nice roll through in the first round to reverse the takedown from Shinashi, and she managed to escape every submission attempt. So I think that if she keeps working, Kyoka could have somewhat of a future as a fighter in the microweight division. I mean, for what that's worth. She's one of the smallest fighters ever, too. I think she's actually shorter than Shinashi. Or they might be the same height. I'll have to check. I'll have to go back and check. But yeah, if she keeps working, Kyoka could have a future. Now back to Shinashi. Okay, she's 46 years old, and she fights a specific type of opponent. Like, Deep never really gives her a difficult opponent. But the problem is, if she's not finishing them anymore, and she keeps looking vulnerable against opponents that she used to destroy, is it time for Satoko Shinashi to hang them up? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say yeah. I mean, you're 46 years old, and you're fighting the same level of opponent you've been fighting for years. I mean, she really is a glorified can crusher. I mean, respect to someone who's an OG and has been doing it since the early 2000s, but you're fighting the same level of opponents you've always fought or always beaten, but you're not even finishing them at this point. And you're 46 years old. It's probably time to hang them up. I mean, Deep brings her in because she still sells tickets. Like, she still has a fan base. But she probably should consider hanging them up at this point. I mean, she's not nearly as active as she used to be. But she's so small, she could wind up getting hurt. So it's probably time for Shinashi to hang them up. Now, for things to work on. Okay, for Shinashi, I'm going to say this every time. She needs to work on her striking, but she's not. It's too late in the game. She's fought the same way for over 20 years now. She's not going to improve. It's too late in the game. For Kyoka Minagawa, patience. I think she's a little too quick to rush things and needs to slow down. Now, like I said, she showed some improvement in this fight, but she rushed the body lock takedown in the second round. Be patient. Make sure you've got a good position before you go for stuff like that. Like don't rush things. Be patient. As for fights to make, it's a small division. A lot of these fighters are going to keep fighting each other over and over again. I don't really have fights to make. For Shinashi, she's going to fight the same level of opponent. For Kyoka, probably going to end up rematching someone she's already fought at this point, because it's microweight. It's a small division. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this fight. I'll be honest, I did not give Kyoka a chance in this fight. I thought she was going to get submitted fast and easily. She proved me wrong, so that's a pleasant surprise. Shinashi, I'm going to tune in every time she fights, because to see someone who's been fighting that long still going at it and finding success, even against a low-level opponent, yeah, that's interesting to me. She's a legend for that, if nothing else. Anyway, I'll link to the fight. I think it is now available for free. If not, I won't be able to, but I'll try to. If you haven't, go check it out. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to Wmma Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.